Well, hey there, welcome back to eXp in 3. This is where I'm able to answer your questions about eXp in 3 minutes or less. So the question we're going to answer today is, what is the difference between Keller Williams and eXp? Now, I've got to say that I'm uniquely qualified to answer this question because I was recruited to Keller Williams in 2008 by Gary Keller, and I spent 10 years at the company. I've been at eXp for 23 months. Now let's get into the differences. Now what I found that most agents look for when they're selecting a company, whether it be eXp, Keller Williams, or any other company, is they want to have great training and they want to have a good commission split. Those are the main things that agents are looking for. So let's take a look at the difference. So at eXp, we provide 50 plus hours of live training classes. That's right, live training classes where you can raise your hand, they're interactive, and I've got a whole video where I talk about the training at eXp. Now, when I was with Keller Williams, we had about 20, maybe 30 hours, okay, a week of classes. And that's pretty significant, by the way. 50 is overkill, but there's so many different topics that you can, that you can learn. And 20 to 30, I would say, is still adequate. So either company, I'm going to say you're going to get training. Now, the second question is commission split. That's the second big question that agents have. And by the way, the training question is really a bigger question for newer agents, and they wonder, is eXp a good opportunity for new agents? I've got a whole nother video where I answer that question. So the commission split. At eXp, every agent joins at an 80-20 split. That's 80% goes to you, 20% to eXp. At Keller Williams, most offices are at a 70-30 split, okay? And the other question is, where does that cap, okay? At eXp, the cap is at $16,000. That means after you've paid in $16,000, you're at 100% commission. At Keller Williams, the office I was in, our cap was $25,000, plus there was an additional $3,000 royalty, and there were franchise fees. Now the franchise fee at Keller Williams is 6% of every transaction. So that means instead of really making 70-30, you're actually making 64%, and the company is getting 36%. So that's the difference in commission split, 80-20 or 70-30, which is actually 64-36. And the cap, 16,000 here, and here it can be 28,000. Now, the thing is, every single Keller Williams office is independently owned and operated. They're a franchise. So these numbers can change and vary from office to office. So you want to check this out with the office that you're considering. Now let's talk about some other components that are not as readily seen, that agents don't quite look for all the time. And that is, number one, revenue share. Now, here at eXp, we give you the opportunity to participate in revenue share. At Keller Williams, they have what is called profit share, okay? Big difference. This is actually company dollar. So if an agent pays, let's say an agent has a transaction and the commission is 10K, okay? So that means $2,000 is going to go to eXp. Of that $10,000, $8,000 goes to you. Well, of the $2,000, guess what? eXp gives 50% of that, that's $1,000 back, to reward the agents that brought that agent in. And that goes down 7 levels. Well, Keller Williams does something similar, but what Keller Williams does is they spend all the money, possible. That's what you do at a company. You spend as much money as you can, and then whatever the profit is, and by the way, I will say this, many Keller Williams offices are not profitable at all, okay? So that means there's no profit whatsoever to share. At eXp, there is always going to be revenue to share. Why? Because we don't have the big overhead, so we're able to share the revenue back. So this can be a significant amount. So right here, we're gonna say that eXp provides revenue share, Keller Williams does not. Now I've got another video where I explain what is the difference between revenue share and profit share, so you want to watch that one as well. But just briefly, I can tell you that I've been here 23 months, and last month my revenue share check was over $15,000. just the revenue share, not any commission that I earn, but the revenue that I earn from agents that are in my organization, okay? My profit share, because I was with Keller Williams for 10 years, my profit share was less than $70. That's a big difference. $15,000 or $70. Now I've got an earnings disclaimer down in the description, so you want to check out the earnings disclaimer, but I gotta tell you, for me, this has been night and day. The other thing is stock, okay? At Keller Williams, I was there for 10 years, and I walked away from Keller Williams with $0 in stock. Now, I'm one of those guys that doesn't really care that much about stocks. I'm like, big deal, who cares? But I've been here at eXp, and eXp rewards you for doing the things that you're already doing. We reward you with company stock. Now, I've been at eXp for 23 months, and now my stock portfolio here is almost $100,000. So you be the judge to receive stock or not. And as you've probably already seen, our stock went up over 400% just during COVID-19. Now, the last piece I want to talk about that many people leave out is culture. I believe that both companies have a great culture, so I'm going to give both companies a big check in that department. You know, culture is mission, vision, beliefs, values. It's what really defines the feeling that you get being part of that family. And I've got to tell you, the culture was strong for me at Keller Williams, and it is off the chart here at eXp. So both companies are great. This has just been a side-by-side comparison of what I've observed and many of my colleagues have observed. And I've spent over 10 years at Keller Williams, been at eXp for only 2 years. It's the last real estate company that I'll ever be at. Well, I hope this has been helpful. That's the difference between Keller Williams and eXp. I'll see you on the next one.